This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
So I first heard about this yesterday. I was eating lunch, listening to The Bottom Line, and Choice and Chris were talking about this. Or I don't know if because you weren't on yesterday because of baseball. So I don't know if you've had a chance to discuss this with anybody or not. But this story about the NCAA letting Division I athletes bet on pro sports is just baffling to me.
It's a good word.
You know, it's baffling. The NCAA Division I Administrative Committee yesterday adopted a proposal to allow student athletes and athletic department staff to bet on professional sports. A shift in a long-held policy that had become difficult to enforce with the spread of legal sports betting in the United States. Okay. There's still a lot of states where it's not legal to bet, I guess.
I thought this one was.
Well, I guess you can. Well, there's no sports book here, but I guess you can go to like DraftKings and things like that. But there's no sports book like there is in Vegas or New Jersey or other states where you can go to a casino and bet.
Okay, so
okay.
Our football players could do this if they wanted to.
Apparently so. They could bet on the Cowboys. They could bet on the NBA. They could bet on baseball, professional baseball, whatever they wanted to do. I just what I don't understand is how that. I guess what they're saying, Jamie, is we can't enforce it, so we're just going to allow it, and it just kind of is what it is, and we're just going to wave the white flag because it's just so prevalent today that we're just going to go ahead and do it. But the problem becomes, last month, the NCAA announced that a Fresno State men's basketball player had manipulated his own performance for gambling purposes and conspired with two other players in a prop betting scheme. The NCAA is investigating 13 additional student athletes from 6 schools regarding potential gambling violations dealing with integrity issues. So you allow them to bet on pro sports, and they get in the hole with their bookie, and the bookie says, hey, you got a game coming up this weekend. All you have to do is miss one shot or, make it so that they don't get a field goal, or maybe instead of a touchdown, you get you kind of commit a penalty there. And as a result, they have to settle for the field goal. And, the over-under is this. I mean, to me, all it does is lead you down a bad path by allowing this.
Oh, man, I don't disagree with you at all, Chuck. This is one of those deals where I ask who was asking for this. Was this something that the college athletes were clamoring for?
I don't know. And of course, in this article from ESPN, this is beautiful. NCAA officials emphasize that the rule change is not an endorsement of sports betting, and that they remain concerned, Jamie, with the risks associated with all forms of gambling.
It does feel like you're saying, and it's what a terrible message to send. We can't enforce it, so we'll just allow it.
Yeah, that's the message it sends.
Imagine if we said that about being a parent. Imagine if I can't keep my kid from smoking weed, so I should just let him do it at the house.
We're just going to go ahead and buy it for him.
Yeah. Our boss says, I can't keep Chuck from showing up late, so I'm just going to tell him he can come whenever he wants.
Yeah, just if he gets here at 6:15, great.
What a terrible message to be sent, if that's what it is. The other question I have is this because they know it's an audience that they would absolutely make a bunch of money off of?
Well, sure, because
college football players and college basketball players with all the NIL money going on?
Sure.
1,000%.
Absolutely.
1,000%. So if you're in the audience that's like, well, our poor student athletes, they got to be able to eat. Yeah, stop with all that, okay? It's never been about that, okay? You can only buy so many cars, J's, and tats. I mean, we got to have something to do, right?
What are the J's?
Jordans.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. We gotta have something to do. We gotta allow them to gamble. I don't think the student athletes have been begging for this. And to support the student athletes, I don't think they've been begging for this. I fully think it's the NCAA just saying we can't stop it, so just go ahead. I'm afraid we're going to have to suspend John Mateer or somebody important at some point, and we don't want to do that. This is just really confusing to me.
Remember, it wasn't that long ago that Rick Neuheisel, when he was I think he was the head coach at Washington at this time, or maybe Colorado. Anyway, one of those places. And he was just participating in an NCAA bracket pool. Just a basic office bracket pool with his buddies. And he got popped for that.
Yeah.
And, they couldn't even fill out a basic bracket. Jay says this: you're either teaching it or allowing it to happen. There is no difference in parenting, coaching, and teaching. Yeah, I agree. I just don't understand why you would adopt a proposal that says, "Hey, go ahead and do this." It's another example of the NCAA just got their head in the sand. I just don't get it. I, along with, I think you, Chuck, and many others have believed that so many decisions that have been made in recent years have been made due to the fear of litigation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This doesn't feel like one of those. It doesn't.
Like the student athletes are going to sue because they can't gamble? I don't see that. If that's the case, goodness gracious.
Thomas says this: in Texas, people can bet on players like fantasy sports, but not on games. But let's not be naive. There's plenty of guys in this town that serve as, bookies is probably the best word to use, because that's what it is. And people place plenty of bets on regular Joes and Jans and Janes and Sams and
they place
Claudes.
Bets on them, like that Jan's going to get to work on time.
No, I don't know. Just on the
that
games.
Jan's going to, Bob's going to like dinner that night. What are they betting on Jan for?
No, Jan's betting.
Oh, they're betting.
Yeah, they're betting.
Okay, they're not betting on them.
No,
okay,
they're betting.
Right.
They're betting.
I think you confused me there.
I'm sorry.
It's more fun when you bet on your coworkers.
Mattress Mac has to go to Louisiana to make his big bets on the Stros. Yeah, so I mean, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. I can't imagine that anybody would want any of their players betting on the Cowboys or the Chiefs or the. And
it's hard to believe that you think it's not going to slide into a slippery slope.
Yes.
Okay, former teammates that are playing for NFL teams giving them inside information, and I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's absolutely going to happen.
Yeah.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Thursday, October the 9th, 2025. Here's Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
Going to start us off in 1919.
Let me take a wild guess.
Wonder what this could be.
Is it Pablo Nervi's running somewhere?
No.
Oh, this is going to be the World Series.
The World Series.
Okay,
yes.
Chicago.
I wonder who won this game.
White Sox.
No. Cincinnati Reds beat the Chicago White Sox 10-5 at Comiskey Park for a 5-3 series victory. Due to the Black Sox scandal, it is the last World Series to take place without a commissioner of baseball.
Oh, and then the commissioner started the next year. Wow. How about that?
1938, Cleveland Rams, let's try this again. Cleveland Rams and Chicago Bears play one of only 4 penalty-free games in NFL history.
Wow. Rams
with a 14-7 win at Cleveland.
So is that where the chant "Let them play" got started?
Well, there weren't any penalties
after that.
Well, no, it had to be before that, since they let them play.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have got started? Well, first of all, it started with the Bad News Bears, didn't it? Yeah.
In the Astrodome.
Yeah.
After the third inning, when it was tied.
Wouldn't the people yelling "Let them play"? That's usually after there's too many penalties, not after a game with no penalties.
That's probably true. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
1966. Baseball World Series, Baltimore Orioles claim the first championship in franchise history, edged the LA Dodgers 1-0 at Memorial Stadium for a 4-0 series sweep. Orioles outfielder Frank Robinson is your MVP.
He was a good one.
1983, the Buffalo Bills quarterback Joe Ferguson passes for 419 yards and 5 touchdowns, winning 38-35 in overtime over the Dolphins in Miami.
Way to go, Joe.
He was pretty good quarterback. He was really good.
2004. Texas Tech Sonny Cumbie throws 5 touchdown passes, and Torian Henderson grabs 2 more in the end zone in a 70-10 win over Nebraska. Chuck Heinz very excited after this game.
This is one of my favorite games. Just couldn't beat those guys, but
Cody Hodges was 3 of 5 for passes with a touchdown as well in relief.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And in 2010, in Dallas, Taylor Potts completes 42 of 59 passes for 462 yards and 4 touchdowns as Texas Tech beats Baylor 45-38.
That was at the Cotton Bowl. That was part of the front end of the Texas State Fair or the back end, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I finally saw a win at the Cotton Bowl.
It is International Beer and Pizza Day. It is National Moldy Cheese Day. Isn't that kind of redundant? Moldy cheese? Isn't cheese just a mold?
I don't know the answer.
I was kind of thinking
Jeff.
Beer and Pizza Day would be kind of every day.
Well, and it's also Submarine Hoagie Hero Grinder Day. Mm. I don't know why you would grind a Submarine Hoagie Hero, but you can do that today.
I've just never been the big fan of the hoagie or the big submarine sandwich. Just too much bread.
Mm. It's the beginning of a French dip or an Italian beef sandwich, and those are excellent. Happy birthday to Sharon Osbourne, who's 73. Scott Bakula is 71. Steve Burns, you know him better from Blue's Clues, is 52. Mike Singletary, 67. Derek Holland, 39. And Jimbo Fisher is 60. And on this day in 1635, religious discontent Roger Williams is banished from the Massachusetts Bay Colony by the General Court of Massachusetts. Williams had spoken out against the right of civil authorities to punish religious dissension and into Confederate Native American land. After leaving Massachusetts, Williams, with the assistance of the local tribe, established a settlement at the junction of 2 rivers located in present-day Rhode Island. He declared in his settlement open to all those seeking freedom of consciousness and the removal from the church and civil matters, and many dissatisfied Puritans came. Taking the success of his venture as a sign from God, Williams named his community Providence. And that is this day in sports history.
Like in Providence, Rhode Island.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's 1,000% what we were just talking about.
No, I got you. Just making sure.
Leaving Massachusetts to form a colony in what is now Rhode Island.
Right.
And the colony some
Providence,
city was
Rhode
Providence.
Island. Yeah, got it. But it's all clicks
all
together.
All those dots just lined up.
This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Chuck being a grouchy old man on the gambling thing. No, I'm not. I don't think I'm being grouchy. I just was being. I'm just baffled why you would allow this student athletes to be able to bet on pro sports. We get this. I think the NCAA is allowing gambling for athletes to make it more accessible through sports books, apps, and platforms to reduce the influence of bookies and potential issues like point shaving. That from longtime morning driver Coach Denham. Hey, thank you, Coach. Did Chuck forget to take his meds this morning? Nope, I took them all. Just like I do every day. Sometimes they're more effective than others.
It would
definitely a lot of drugs this morning, so
it would definitely cut down on if you're using apps rather than dealing with the human being. Take that element out of it that might help in that regard.
My thought though is that if you start getting in trouble and the apps shut you down because you're not paying your bill, then you're going to go to a bookie or you're going to try to double down. I mean, it just goes downhill fast, it seems to me. And I'm not saying that everybody that gambles is a degenerate. I'm not saying that at all. It's just when you're allowing something like this, when you've been so adamant against it to the point where coaches and players and people couldn't even participate in basic office pools for the NCAA tournament, and now you're saying, hey, go ahead, gamble all you want, run with knives and forks in your hand, right?
It's definitely a surprising change, no question. Yep.
I mean, just seems this. Here's this from.
Again, I just go back to. I mean, was this something that the student athletes were asking for?
I do not know the answer to that question. Here's one way letting college athletes bet on pro sports can go wrong. Player bets, player loses bet, gets in debt. Someone tells him, hey, don't worry, I'll take care of you and make sure you're financially stable. Just drop a pass or a fumble in the game. I'll let you know when. Yeah, we've all seen that movie. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense at all to me.
It feels like to me that this has been going on regardless.
Sure it has. But
I don't know if this is the NCAA saying, "Hey, we worried that our guys aren't smart enough to do it and not get caught, so we want to make it legal for them." I don't know.
Then we're a lawless society. Let everybody have everything that they want and just, go in, rob the drugstore, take whatever you need, go down to the bank, say, hey, I need $50. We don't have, here's a gun. Give me $1,000 now.
Yeah. I mean, you might be taking a little bit of a leap here. Okay.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Yes.
Next thing you know, we'll have this the driverless cars. When the driverless cars are caught for speeding, okay, and the guy sitting in the back seat is drunk, he's going to say, "You can't arrest me. I wasn't driving. The driverless car was driving." That'll be next.
Why would he be arrested if he's sitting in the back seat?
Because he's the only one in the car. Somebody's got to have control of that thing, right?
Yeah, but it's not him. He doesn't have any control.
I don't know.
He doesn't.
Control.
He has no control.
But somebody has to plug in the stuff, right?
No.
You just go. Have you gotten in a driverless car yet?
No.
Would you?
Probably.
Would you?
Yeah. I guess I've seen them enough now that I don't fear them.
Okay.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Little Knight Rider action.
Driverless car.
Yeah.
I'd get in that one.
Yeah, probably so.
I'd have gotten in Herbie earlier, too.
This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Mitchell says this. This game just feels like a trap. I still think we win, but we may not cover or play all that well. I mean, it's the best team you've faced at home. It remains to be seen if it's the best team that you will have faced this year, because Utah's got that moniker right now, right? I mean, unless this kind of turns into maybe more of a battle than what we thought, and maybe the BYU game and next week's game against Arizona State, you might be facing better teams overall.
But you said this so far, so the best that you faced at home so far, yes. I would say the best that you've faced so far this season is Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the line is currently 14.5.
Okay. Okay, so
I can tell you of all the people that picked, and our staff pick them, that you can read at doubleTsportsnetwork.com. Nobody picked Tech to not cover.
To not cover. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach McGuire, when he was talking on Monday about Kansas and talked specifically about the quarterback, he said, in the offense, he said, more quarterback design runs, option game. He said that his team had to do a better job with the interior rush. He said it's similar to the Utah quarterback play, and then cited just from the concerns that he would have about Kansas, that they're good and physical, quarterback's good, receivers explosive, that their defense has the ability to pressure the quarterback, and that they haven't turned over the ball like others have done against them. And he says, we have to do that. And then he also talked about, we've talked about this ad nauseum. We have to fix the self-inflicted wounds. If we do that, then we can play with anyone. Fix our issues, and we can control. So he said, and we talked about this the other day. If they don't, it's going to affect us in a close game. So, when you look at the numbers for Texas Tech, just in terms of fumbles, Tech's fumbled the ball 6 times in a game, but only given it up twice. Their opponents have fumbled it 9 times and given it up 4 times. You've forced 8 interceptions, which is impressive. You've thrown 4 yourself, so you're +4 on that in that manner. But I mean, just think of how of all the pressures and the things that you've done to these opponents so far that forced them to turn the ball over and giving you some extra possessions, and that's kind of what you're hoping for. Over the next 7 weeks as these games get tougher and tougher and tougher. So hopefully that can be something that you can take into this game. And there's a part of you that goes, well, gosh, you hope you don't need the turnovers. So you can just get them 3 and out and get them off the field and go down and score yourself and take care of your business. But we all know that turnovers are part of the game, and certainly helps make the game go easier for you.
It's a massive part of it, right? If you can first off get your defense off the field and then set up your offense and in short field situations, then that's going to increase the odds of you scoring.
And man, I just feel like that you've done such a much better job of getting off the field this year. Even in the 2 games that you've played in the Big 12, that just feels like that you've not struggled getting the team off the field.
Having a really good defense.
I was just about to say, you have a dominant defense.
No question.
So that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, no, right.
Defenses can get themselves off the field.
When you're good on defense, you get off the field.
Yeah, no, I got that. I mean, and you're exactly right. I mean, it just feels a lot better. I mean, on third down, your opponents are 18 of 71. Meanwhile, Texas Tech is 38 of 71 on third down. Your opponents are 6 of 14 on fourth down, so you're forcing them.
Throw some buts in here.
Yeah, but Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Although
but Kent State. Yeah, but
we're getting close to not needing the but.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going over the course of the season,
sure,
and 60% of it was against 3 teams that are combined what? I don't know. Really bad.
Really bad.
Okay, it's going to factor into those things. But you're absolutely right. I mean, I think you've played 2 solid teams in Big 12 play, and you did it on the road.
And so dominated in dominating fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. So you could possibly say you've had the toughest Big 12 schedule so far.
Yeah, after having.
I'm not that good of a liar.
Who's had a better one?
I don't know, but
I don't know either. But I think you could say it.
You could say it, yeah.
You faced one ranked team, and it goes on the road.
You played 2 road games against an undefeated team, 2 undefeated teams, and 1 that was ranked. Yep. I mean, if you're going to disagree, Jeff, you got to have an answer. You got to have a reason to disagree.
Because it's super early. I don't know that we can say we've done the toughest one. And how bad our non-conference. And I know it's.
I didn't say for the course of the season. Right. I said the first 2 weeks. Yeah, you don't have to look at anything else but the first 2 weeks' games.
Yeah, and the fact that you started off on the road and started off with Utah. I mean,
now, do I think Houston's going to be a top 4 or 5 team in the Big 12? No, I don't. I mean, but I don't think they're going to be 14 either. I think they're going to be closer to 9 or 10. And I do think that Utah is in the top 3 or 4. Again, on the road.
Utah could be a team that you face again. This week in the Big 12, you've got Central Florida playing at Cincinnati. Houston's at Oklahoma State. Iowa State's at Colorado. TCU's at Kansas State. BYU's at Arizona. Arizona State's at Utah. That is going to be that's the game of the Big 12, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's a toughie for both.
I think both of the late ones will be fun. I still think BYU wins, but I think this will not be an easy game for BYU at Arizona.
Arizona may be a little bit better than what you thought going into the season.
I think BYU wins, and the line's only 1.5 for BYU. But I think Arizona will give them a game. I think that could be a fun one too.
So going back to Jamie's point about playing on the road, just looking at last week, Iowa State had to go to Cincinnati. They lost that game. K-State had to go to Baylor. They lost that game. And then in week 1 of Big 12 play, of course, you had the K-State Iowa State game in Ireland. But
some teams have already played 3 games compared to Tech's just 2.
TCU had to go to Arizona State. That was a toughie. Cincinnati went to Kansas, but they won that game. BYU went to Colorado. They won that game. Baylor went to Oklahoma State. They won that game. Utah went to West Virginia. So I would say that you
keep mentioning they went to easy places.
Right, that's my point.
Yeah,
that's my point. I'm trying to make your point for you that the first 2
I think
weeks.
Utah will have an argument after this week. They'll have they will have faced 2 ranked teams. One of them was at home, and that matters. But they've got Arizona State at home this week.
So both are going to be at home after this week. I will buy into that. But again, my point was
through this week, to this
where
week.
We are right now.
Yeah. No Friday games in the Big 12 this week. Does that disappoint you?
I don't hate them being on Fridays. I usually watch them.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked that. Does it?
Yeah.
Are you disappointed that there's not?
They're getting ready for the Memorial game this weekend. That's a big game. Big 12's taking pause. Memorial out there getting their first game of the year.
Okay. Okay. And
they know what the story is.
They take on Prosper Richland.
That's right.
Memorial Friendship. This is a game that we'll have for you on Sunday 97.7 on Friday night at 6:30. Play-by-play at 7.
That and they're getting ready for the Tech TCU soccer match.
That's 2. Okay.
Everybody knows what the story is. We got a big Friday. Everybody take the day off.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen. We're talking Red Raider and Big 12 football here in today's question of the day. I am going to give you 5 teams that I feel like, besides the Red Raiders, are the teams that have a legitimate chance to get to the Big 12 championship game.
All right.
I'm giving you BYU, Arizona State, Cincinnati, Iowa State, and Utah. There's 5 of them. Okay? Anybody that you guys feel like needs to be added there right now?
No.
Okay. All right. So I ask you then, as a Red Raider fan, if the Red Raiders to make the Big 12 championship game, which is the best matchup for the Red Raiders? What would you feel would be the best matchup?
I'm going to qualify this by saying I don't want to face anybody that you beat in the Big 12 championship game again, a second time.
Okay.
Okay. So far that's just Utah. Potentially that could be BYU.
And your reason for that is?
I think it's hard to beat them twice. It's probably not sound or rational. I just think it's hard to beat them twice.
Okay. Not sound, not rational. Check.
Okay. It's just if I think Cincinnati's a team I'd like to see in the Big 12 championship game against you, because I think you can win that game.
Okay.
Give me the 5 again. Sorry. Cincinnati, BYU, Utah.
Arizona State, Cincinnati, Iowa State,
Arizona
Utah.
State. You know what? I'll feel a lot better about this one later this season. But right now, Arizona State.
Wow. Okay.
For because it's twofold. Beating the champ in the Big 12 championship game matters. That will help elevate you in rankings. It will help give you some credibility this year, not only beating a team twice, once on the road, once neutral site, that is the previous season's champ. That is not something that you can just gloss over. And second, they were a bit mouthy in Big 12 preseason media day of circling this game. So we get to play it twice and beat them twice.
Okay. I think my answer is BYU. I think the reason I'm going with BYU is I know they're undefeated. I don't think they have as quality of a win as everybody else that we've talked about. Maybe you could make the same comment for Utah. Who's Utah's quality win?
Well,
yep.
Yeah. You thought it was UCLA, and then
for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Not anymore.
And then we woke up Sunday morning in week 0 or week 1.
Yeah. No, I think
I would love to see our defensive line get to rattle a freshman quarterback. By then, he's not really a freshman. He's going to have a whole year of starting under his belt. He would have already seen our defense once. So maybe that goes back to what Chuck's saying, that don't want to see a team twice. Because of that, Chuck, you play BYU, you play Arizona State. You don't play Iowa State or Cincinnati, but you play Utah. So you feel like Cincinnati or Iowa State.
And I really don't want to face Iowa State.
Because you think they're good?
Yeah. I think they're good.
Yeah. And Cincinnati just beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. At their place.
At Cincinnati's place.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Cincinnati's place.
Yeah, Cincinnati's a wild card here. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with them. My answer right now is BYU. Because from what I've seen from BYU, and I've seen them a couple games, I just have not been overly impressed with it. Okay? I've not been overly impressed. So, I've seen Cincinnati look really bad, and I've seen Cincinnati look really good. And then there's the Utah factor. I don't know what Utah is either, since they've really played one good team, and they got it put on them.
Going back to the been really impressed. I was impressed with what Houston had done in comparison for where they were last year. That doesn't mean that they were an impressive football team, but they had improved.
Their improvement was impressive.
Right, but I wouldn't call them impressive. The only team I've been impressed by this year is the one that lives over there.
Yeah.
At Fourth and University.
Yeah.
Not to say that teams haven't had a good game or a good win, but nobody's doing what Tech has been doing this year.
Yeah, no doubt, and dominating. Do you feel like I'm sleeping on somebody here that I didn't put in our list of 6?
Oh, I would just tell you K-State just because their history, but I mean they're 1-2 and they're.
Listen, they're living rent-free in my head, but they're not a Big 12 contender.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas State could upset Tech, or they could beat another team that they shouldn't beat. But do I think they're going to be in the Big 12 championship game? I think the odds of that is
maybe Baylor.
Nil. Yeah.
Maybe Baylor.
Really impressive offense. I just don't think they play enough defense to get there. Yeah. I mean,
you asked if there's anybody on the outside. I mean, they may be the best of the outside of that 6. Is Arizona a concern? Is TCU a concern?
TCU would be the one that if I was adding another one that I would give them a chance. I just think they've looked pretty mediocre the last 2 weeks at Arizona State and home against Colorado. That Colorado game at home was a dogfight, and I mean, at Arizona State they just they beat themselves terribly.
Will you change your mind on TCU one way or the other based on this week's outcome?
They get K-State this weekend?
Yeah.
On the road?
Yeah. Like if they go up there and win, or if they go up there and lose, I mean, that's a big game for K-State. I mean, K-State could get to 2-2 in the conference.
With 2 losses already, they're all big games for K-State if they think they have a chance to get to the Big 12 championship game.
But, I mean, it's a big game for TCU, too, to avoid themselves from getting 2 losses.
I agree.
So we may know more about TCU than anybody when we get done with things.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
With Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. Come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. It's been an educational morning for me this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Yates Flooring Center chat line is open. So is the Visual Edge IT hotline. And sometimes these texters are sneaky, you know.
Okay.
I gotta be a little smarter sometimes.
You should not underestimate their sneakiness.
No, I should not. All right. So, did you have a story to tell?
Well, it's not my story.
No.
But I have a part in it to play. It's Jamie's story.
Okay, so we are airing a Memorials broadcast tomorrow night,
right,
of their football game with Prosper Richland.
Mm-hmm.
And Clint Scott will be on the call of the game tomorrow night. We're very excited. This will be the first game that we put on. They are, playing mainly a JV schedule this year, but this is a varsity team they're playing, so it's their homecoming, which I also think is fun in the first year that you're having a homecoming.
Right, because, who's coming home? I mean, seems a bit odd. Right?
But it's what you do.
Okay.
Anyway, so Clint went over last night yesterday, because he's, very prepared. Went and talked to the coaching staff and, got their take on things.
Right.
And, do a pregame interview and, he's very diligent in his job. He
Usual
works
stuff,
hard, preparation. Right. And so he put the recorder down on Coach's desk. And they started a conversation with Coach Jason Richards, who's the coach at Memorial. Okay. And then we found out this little nugget.
I want to meet Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
Because right now I'm on Chuck's side.
Oh, okay. Just in everything?
Yeah.
In everything.
So Coach Richards is fully on board.
Oh, that's great.
With Chuck. And so we, collectively as a group sat back there and said, okay, so exactly why does Coach Richards want to meet me? Is he like your heavy?
No.
And he's going to take me out?
No.
Because he's on Coach or Chuck Hines' side, right?
Yeah.
Or does he want to meet me to talk me into believing what you say so we can be on the same side? I'm not really sure. But he's on 100% on your side, so he wanted to meet me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he's planning to how big a boy is he?
He's a football coach. Can he take you? Probably.
I would assume so.
Yeah. It wouldn't take much to take me. I mean,
So I just wanted you to know that
I appreciate
you've
that.
got another hardcore supporter.
That's great.
And so we now know that
one at a time.
We know when New Home and Memorial are playing each other in future years who Chuck will be rooting for.
Well, I don't know that there's any doubt in that one. But
Team Memorial right there, baby. Yeah, Coach, I see him when he's here for the high school fan zone. And he was here the other night and had conversation with him and met one of his players. And so it was.
Do you have T-shirts that are made? Because if you don't, you should. Clint's T-shirt stand would be happy to make them for you, I'm sure.
Okay, make some
you need
Chuck
some Team Chuck shirts.
Is that a double T? Is that a beveled double T or a flat double T? Team Chuck.
I think it should just be the red K, actually.
I think it should be blue and red, yes.
Blue shirt, red letters with a specific K.
With a specific K. Okay.
Yeah.
The K is a different, that style, huh?
Yeah, so it's good to know that you have people out there that are in support of you.
Yeah, I got some. I cobble them all together.
Coach Richards loves him some Chuck.
Well, that's great. And
awesome.
Coach Stone, I think, is on my side a lot of the time, too, isn't he?
You'd have to ask him that question.
Okay. Coach Stone loves this show.
Okay.
Like the collective unit.
Okay.
I don't think that he has a favorite of the three of us.
Probably Jamie would be his favorite. I mean, that's usually what I find when I kind of drill it down just a little bit. But that's good. That's great. I mean, want people to be happy with what we're doing. You know, we're here to provide a laugh or two, a song, a dance, you know, maybe some interesting facts along the way, you know, conversation starters, tidbits, that type of stuff.
I thoroughly enjoy when Coach Stone lets me know when I have a wrong opinion.
I've yet to get a text from him on something along those lines. You know, he's clearly not interested in informing me of my mistakes.
Maybe that means you're not wrong.
No,
maybe your mistakes aren't.
I think he probably goes. It's hopeless. It's helpless. It's hopeless and helpless. And it would I'd be on my phone all day long, and I've got to coach this soccer team. That's what they pay me to do, not to pick up the trash from Chuck Heinz.
Who needs Tom Stone when you've got Jason Richards on your side, right?
Yeah, right. 807.
Go Memorial.
Go Memorial. Right.
Go Panthers.
Go Panthers. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And will that game be at Tiger Stadium tomorrow night?
It will.
Okay. Awesome. And we'll have it for you on Sunny 97.7.
The turf currently says end zones have, I think, both.
I believe you're right.
I think one says Friendship Tigers or whatever, and one says Memorial Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Has anybody been over to Jones Stadium? Have they flipped the double T over there yet, or is that next year? I think
that was a 2026.
2026. Well, because they've done it at the arena. I mean,
yeah, but they did it
at the arena
like
last year.
Yeah. No.
No, it's been this off season.
Yeah.
I thought they did it at the end of the basketball season last year, right after the basketball season ended.
So, what's your
I don't know,
pulse of the community, Chuck? When you're around town, are fans happy with the change?
I think some feel like what we discussed yesterday. I think I haven't done enough surveying yet around town. But I think a lot of people are like, well, why can't we have both? I think that was part of it.
I want my cake and I want to eat it too, right?
Yeah, I think the other thing is that we all have a lot of gear that's got that Bethel double T. What are we going to do now?
I don't worry too much about that.
Okay.
I'm not going to stop wearing it. You're going to stop wearing it?
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's just, but now.
Well, you said, what are we going to do with it now?
Well, I'm still going to wear it. Yeah, I'm still going to.
I don't have that question.
I'm still going to wear it. I mean, it's still got Under Armour stuff too.
Didn't suddenly turn into a Baylor logo.
No, no.
Maybe Choices did. I don't know.
No. That's a bit unfair.
A low blow.
Poor Choice. He takes so much grief for that. I share some of his grief from time to time. Hey, tomorrow night, and I was coaching Clint Scott on this on Tech Talk on last Friday, Jamie.
Look at that, Dad taking care of his son.
Look at that.
How to say this. It is the tomorrow night at 6, the West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Okay? On Double T 97.3 and 100.7 The Score. It's 8.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.